the silent thief of youthful movement. As we age, the joy of movement can often feel like a distant memory. The activities we once did effortlessly now seem like monumental tasks. But why does this happen? We all cherish the freedom of movement. It's a gift that allows us to explore the world, connect with others, and maintain our independence. But as the years go by, this gift can start to slip away. It's easy to take for granted, the simple act of walking, running, or even getting out of bed without a groan. These everyday actions are the foundation of our daily lives, yet they can become increasingly challenging. Yet for many, this freedom slowly erodes with time, stolen by the creeping onset of joint discomfort. This discomfort can be a silent thief, gradually robbing us of our ability to move freely and enjoy life to the fullest. We often accept this as an inevitable part of aging, a natural consequence of years spent living and moving. But is it truly inevitable, or is there something we can do to reclaim our mobility? But what if this perceived inevitability was a misconception? What if the decline in our ability to move wasn't a foregone conclusion, but rather a challenge we could overcome with the right knowledge and actions? What if youthful mobility wasn't lost forever, but merely hidden, waiting to be unlocked? Imagine a life where age is just a number and the joy of movement is something we can all continue to experience no matter how many candles are on our birthday cake. Ivy League discovery, the synovial fluid fountain of youth. Recent groundbreaking research from prestigious Ivy League institutions is challenging conventional thinking about joint health. This research has brought to light the crucial role of an often overlooked element, synovial fluid. This remarkable fluid acts as a lubricant for our joints, much like oil in a well-functioning machine. Healthy synovial fluid is rich in a key component called hyaluronan, a substance that gives the fluid its viscous, lubricating properties. As we age, the production of hyaluronan naturally declines. This leads to thinner synovial fluid, increased friction within the joint, and ultimately, the dreaded discomfort and stiffness. Joint genesis, a breakthrough in joint rejuvenation. Inspired by the Ivy League discoveries, a team of dedicated scientists developed Joint Genesis, a revolutionary joint health supplement. Joint Genesis is meticulously formulated with a potent blend of natural ingredients, all carefully selected to support and enhance synovial fluid production. At the heart of this powerful formula lies Mobile, a groundbreaking patent-pending ingredient clinically proven to boost hyaluronan levels within the synovial fluid. Mobile works by providing the building blocks your body needs to naturally increase hyaluronan production, effectively replenishing and rejuvenating the vital lubricating fluid within your joints. Susan's story, reclaiming her active lifestyle with Joint Genesis. Susan W., a vibrant 68-year-old avid gardener, found herself sidelined by persistent knee discomfort. For years, Susan had enjoyed the simple pleasures of life, especially tending to her beautiful garden. Her roses were her pride and joy, and she spent countless hours nurturing them. However, as time went on, she began to notice a nagging pain in her knees that just wouldn't go away. Simple pleasures like tending to her beloved roses became a source of pain, forcing her to give up the activities she loved. The pain was relentless, making it difficult for her to kneel down or even walk around her garden. Susan felt a deep sense of loss as she watched her once thriving garden begin to wither. She missed the joy and satisfaction that came from seeing her flowers bloom. Desperate for a solution, Susan discovered Joint Genesis. She spent hours researching online, reading reviews, and even consulted with her doctor to find a way to alleviate her discomfort. The more she learned about Joint Genesis, the more hopeful she became. It seemed like the perfect solution to her problem. Within weeks of incorporating Joint Genesis into her daily routine, Susan experienced a remarkable transformation. She started to notice a gradual reduction in her knee pain. Each day, she felt a little better, and her mobility improved significantly. The stiffness and discomfort that had plagued her for so long were finally starting to fade away. The nagging discomfort in her knees gradually subsided, replaced by a newfound ease of movement. Susan could hardly believe the difference. She was able to walk around her garden with ease, bend down to tend to her plants, and even do light exercises without any pain. It was as if she had been given a new lease on life. Empowered by her newfound mobility, Susan was back in her garden, tending to her roses with a joyful spring in her step. The transformation was nothing short of miraculous. Her garden flourished once again, and so did her spirit. Susan felt rejuvenated, happy, and most importantly, pain-free. Joint Genesis had given her back the active lifestyle she cherished so much. Robert T., a retired engineer and passionate sailor at 72, had resigned himself to a life increasingly confined to land due to stiff and painful joints. For years, he had been an avid sailor, navigating the open waters with a sense of freedom and adventure. But as time went on, the stiffness in his joints became more pronounced, making it difficult for him to even walk without discomfort, let alone sail. The joy he once found in the sea was replaced by a sense of loss and longing. He would often sit by the shore watching the sailboats glide by, reminiscing about the days when he could effortlessly join them. His dream of sailing around the world seemed like a distant memory. The photos of his past adventures, once a source of pride, now served as a painful reminder of what he had lost. He had tried various treatments and therapies, but nothing seemed to offer lasting relief. The frustration and disappointment were overwhelming, and he began to accept that his sailing days were behind him. That is, until he discovered Joint Genesis. One day, while browsing through a health magazine, he came across an article about a new supplement that promised to improve joint health and mobility. Skeptical but hopeful, Robert decided to do some research. He read testimonials from other users who had experienced remarkable improvements and delved into the science behind the product. Encouraged by the science behind the supplement, Robert decided to give it a try. He ordered his first bottle and began taking it as directed. The initial days were filled with cautious optimism. He didn't expect miracles, but he hoped for some relief from the constant pain and stiffness that had become a part of his daily life. To his astonishment, within a few short weeks, he noticed a significant improvement in his mobility. The pain that had once been his constant companion began to subside. He found himself able to walk longer distances without discomfort, and even started to enjoy his morning walks again. The simple act of moving without pain brought a smile to his face and a glimmer of hope to his heart. The stiffness that had plagued him for years began to fade, and he felt a renewed sense of freedom in his movements. He started incorporating light exercises into his routine, something he hadn't been able to do for years. Stretching, jogging, and even practicing yoga became part of his daily activities. Each day he felt stronger and more flexible, as if he had turned back the clock on his body. Robert was soon back on the open water, his dream reignited thanks to the power of Joint Genesis. With his newfound mobility, he returned to the sea, steering his sailboat with confidence and joy. The horizon was no longer a distant dream but a reality he could once again embrace. The wind in his hair, the salt in the air, and the thrill of the open water were his once more. Robert's journey from stiffness to smooth sailing was a testament to the transformative power of Joint Genesis. The science of supple joints, how Mobilee works its magic. Mobilee, the star ingredient in Joint Genesis, is backed by rigorous scientific research. This unique compound is comprised of specific bioavailable nutrients, scientifically proven to stimulate the production of hyaluronan within the synovial fluid. By effectively increasing hyaluronan levels, Mobilee essentially rehydrates the synovial fluid, restoring its lubricating and cushioning properties. This reduces friction between the joints, resulting in smoother, more comfortable movement and a significant reduction in joint discomfort. Beyond relief, the promise of proactive joint care. Joint Genesis goes beyond simply masking discomfort. It represents a proactive approach to joint health, addressing the root cause of age-related joint issues by supporting the body's natural ability to maintain healthy synovial fluid. This proactive approach can be a game-changer, potentially delaying the onset of joint issues and allowing individuals to enjoy active, pain-free lives for years to come. Join the movement. Embrace a future of fluid motion. The groundbreaking research behind Joint Genesis and the real-life transformations experienced by users like Susan and Robert offer a beacon of hope for those seeking to regain their youthful mobility. This isn't about simply managing discomfort. It's about reclaiming the freedom and joy of movement. It's about embracing a future where age doesn't dictate our ability to live life to the fullest. Take charge today. Your journey to comfortable movement begins now. Don't let joint discomfort hold you back from living life on your terms. Embrace the power of Joint Genesis and its revolutionary ingredient, Mobilee. Experience the difference that scientifically backed, natural joint support can make in your life. Reclaim your mobility, Rediscover your freedom and take charge of your joint health today. Your journey to comfortable, fluid movement begins now. Grab it from here until the supply is gone. Check out the bottom, Joint Genesis, and then click.